Hey, what's good, guys? It's your boy AB Runs. I hope you guys are doing fine. I hope you guys are taking care of yourself, giving yourself that time to look after yourself, training your body, training your mind, doing the things that you're doing. So yeah, it's been a very long time since I have been on camera. It's been a long time since I've been on camera. I'm gonna lie to you. And just going through certain things in life, just going through personal things, trying to get myself back to where I am. Getting myself back to where I once was, and just constantly just getting through every single day. I'm not someone that comes across the net, and I don't care for sympathy. I don't care about all of that. I don't care about in terms of, I don't care about attention. I'm just putting this video out there for in a way of me confining with myself and finding closure with myself. And so I feel like it's important when you're, as a man, that you voice out your feelings, you voice out your opinion, and you look back at it and you learn from it. Don't hold it, don't dwell on it, and don't remain in it, but learn from it and move from it. Because I think those are things, there's certain lessons you go through in life for you to get to the point where you learn from it, you don't dwell on it, or you don't remain in it, so you just move on from it. And for the past couple months, I've gone through something personal. I'm not gonna discuss it because I don't like to put my business out there, and I don't want to involve that of a person in terms of like what has been going on. But it's like, I feel like everything is an effect and a cause and effect, and I feel like for me, I will take full accountability or full responsibility for what I stand in my life and what I do in terms of what the outcome is of a situation that you go through with someone, even if it doesn't work out. And I just think it's just important to just, guys, if you're in any situations or relations with anyone, it is also good to give that person space and give that person time to do what they're doing, and don't be caught up too much with what they've got going on. Always be caught up with what you've got going on. Like I said, these lessons you go through, you learn these things. And I feel like for me personally, it's like I want to see how that person is doing, how they are, but at the same time, it's that person could be dealing things differently from how you deal with things. And I'm just going to talk on me. Personally, I just feel like for me, I'm just dealing with things in ways where I would tend to like self-sabotage in my progress. If I get something going on, get something good, got a good job going on there, then all of a sudden I just stop working, I just stop trying to be present. I always fall into that feeling where I'm neglecting myself, I'm not treating myself, I'm missing workouts, I'm not going to the gym, I'm not doing my prayers, I'm not going for my walks, I'm not going for my runs, and I just lock myself up in a little, room, and I just stay still, and I just do things where it's not going to benefit me. And I've been in that space for quite a while, a couple of weeks. And I feel like something that has kind of got me up and going, and for me to remember who I am, is seeing what I've done, what I've achieved like throughout the last year, doing all these crazy runs, and just having that hunger mindset. And it's just telling me that I remember who I am. I remember what I've set out to done. So for me to just do this to myself in this present moment is a disservice to what I've achieved and what I've accomplished and what I've still yet to achieve and accomplish. And I just have to tell myself, you know, no matter even if things ain't going my way in life, I know they're always going to go my way, as long as I have that belief and I believe in the Most High that I've got this and I have to keep going. And not also that, because I'm meant to be someone that's meant to be, you know, showing people certain things that you can overcome, certain obstacles in life that you can overcome this. And I can't lie, I miss talking in front of a camera and just expressing my feelings. Not just expressing my feelings, but just putting things out there that can help someone else in their life, creating content and just doing things where, you know, I am creating, I'm producing, I am a service to someone. I am serving someone as I'm serving my purpose. I'm serving someone, I'm giving someone a piece of advice. And I've just been led astray by, you know, things outside of me that don't matter, don't serve my purpose. And I think that is something that's been eating me up for such a long time, because I've just been in that bubble where I have self-doubt, I feel defeated, self-inflicted hatred towards myself, regretting and blaming other things other than myself. But now I can come to a conclusion where I can take that accountability for myself. And I know who I am, I know what I'm doing, and I only take responsibility for what I'm doing. And also, like, you know, trying to negate the fact where I want to just avoid having that conversation with someone, opening up to someone, you know, just being transparent, not being transparent to that person. Because if I'm not transparent to myself, how can I be transparent to that person? And I don't know, I've bottled this silence up, and it's like every single day, the more I bottle this silence up, the more I'm not an emotional wreck. I'm not someone that like will complain or, you know, moan about the smallest thing. It's something that has just been over time, just been, you know, building up like dominoes. It's just been building up over time. And I feel like I said, I want to address this within myself, that any situation that I'm in, I will always find a way to overcome it and just learn from it. Because, you know, when, you know, you get put in situations and you say to yourself, why is this happening to me? This is not fair, life is not fair. I mean, yeah, cool, at the end of the day, life is not fair, let's be real. And it only works out when you put the work in and you do what you can to stay afloat and live within your means and not worry about what other people are doing and what other people have got going on. So time waits for no man, so why should you wait for anything or anything or anyone? So you just have to keep moving forward, and you just have to learn the lessons that you've learned, and you just have to stay prayed up, you know, because something that you thought was good in your life may not have been good for you, and it may not have been good for that person as well. And also, don't always have this sort of spotlight or main character syndrome, you know, thinking you're entitled for things to happen to you, this should be happening to you, that should be happening to you. No, it doesn't work like that. It only works with results, evidence, proof and results, things that you've done, things that you're still yet to do. Then you'll, you know, be commended by other things or other people around you, and you'll start getting offers and, you know, different sort of things. So I feel like for me, the spotlight or main man syndrome is something that has been catastrophic towards my life. And from how I see it now, it all makes sense to why I'm not where I am with, you know, because I always talk before, I always be talking about consistency, working hard, but a big flaw with myself is inconsistent. I've got the work rate, I've got the mindset, but the thing is I'm inconsistent, and that is what is setting me back. That's what set me back. like I said, I don't want to lie to myself, and I don't want to lie to anyone that's watching this video. So when you're consistent, you put the work in terms of where you're trying to be, what you're trying to do, it's really important. And also, it's just with myself, it's come to terms with myself that I shouldn't always put someone else out to be the problem. I can also be my problem as well. I can also be my biggest enemy as well. You know, because we need to stop lying to ourselves that something else outside of you as a situation was a problem. So something outside of you is a problem, but really and truly, it is you that is the problem. You know, and you have to have that accountability within yourself. You have to know that within yourself that I put my hand up, I messed up. You know, I will find a better solution to make this. I will find a better solution to make this better, so a situation like this doesn't happen again in my life. And when you come to terms with that, you'll be so at peace with that. Because when you come at peace with that, that knows you have matured, and you're showing a significant level of emotional intelligence, and you know that you can pass that on to someone who doesn't see the light within themselves, and it will really coincide with things that you are yet to do or things that you've got going on. And it can just tell you that it's just a burden that can come off of you. And it's just important that you come to terms with that. So ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys looking after yourself, and I will be posting more consistently. I do miss putting out content, and I feel like when I'm in that cycle, when I'm back in that regime, it does give me some sort of clarity within myself, and it does give me joy, even though I may not be showing it by smiling, but it just does conform to that. And yeah, it's just important that, you know, if you're going through something, guys, if you're going through something, just talk to someone, have a grown conversation with it, and also be okay with hearing the things, whether you like it or not. Be okay with hearing the things that you have to hear, because that's how you grow and that's how you learn from that situation, you know. And that is a conversation I just had with, you know, one of the brothers there. And yeah, it was just good we had that conversation. I just feel relief and relinquished, where, you know, I can kind of get back into, you know, what I've been doing. Because when you're just out for such a long time, you start to lose your identity, you start to second guess yourself, you start to question, I'm not really who I was, you know. And when you involve other people in that, you know, you involve a woman, a girl, whatever, they will look at you at the start of what you're doing. Then after all, for a second, you start losing that. Then they lose that. So they lose the initial attraction, not in terms of looks, obviously looks, but in terms of your mind, your mindset, and what you stand for. You start to lose that, and it's like you're selling them a lie. So it wouldn't be beneficial or fair on that person for you to lose your identity because you found them. You should still find yourself regardless if they're in your life or not. And that's something I've learned as well. Something I'm still learning. Well, it's not still learning. You know, you're not perfect. You're not going to know everything, but you're just going to know, like, within yourself that what's right and what's wrong. So yeah, just to conclude, it's just important that you just always stick to your passion, regardless who comes in and out of your life. You're there to inspire. You're there to do what you can. So guys, I hope you like and subscribe. And yeah, I'm just going to be uploading a lot. So peace, guys.